Hi, Shannon. How are you, my friend? Wendy. Wendy, how are you? You messed up. Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to wait to see if anybody else will come in. Just waiting to see if any other subscribers come in. This is going to be a quick one. I'm not going to be decorating mine. Paper to envelope. Connecting them. Okay. The hinging part of it is what got you. Okay. We'll get you squared away. Hi, Sarah. Just a bit slow today with typing and talking. I understand now, Wendy. I understand. Again, we're just waiting for a couple more people to come in. Let me show you guys. I guess maybe I'll show you the one that's so I have 3 of these. I got 3 of them at this point. So this is the one that's completely done. So we got a pocket up here. Alright, you open up one flap of the envelope and we got a little notepad here. And then we got another pocket there. Then you go to the other side, lift up that one. Now you got, once again, a little notepad here. And then we got another little pocket. Of course, the closure. You're ready for more sewing and glue? I'm gonna keep this one really simple. I'm gonna go through the entire thing. I'm even gonna put the closure on it. Because I'm gonna have to upload this to YouTube because the other one was just too long. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to upload this to YouTube. And this is the one that we did the other day, which I clearly have not finished it. I gotta put the closure on it. But once again, so this is fabric that I sewed on the first sheet, so it could be decorative there. Hi, Ashley. And the papers on this notepad, I actually turned them into some small Franken papers, and these have pockets. So we got a nice little mix of papers here. This is a side pocket like that. Pocket here. Okay, and then this is the envelope part here, which I got a ripping there, so I'm gonna have to fix that, but I did a little bit of collage, which I'm going to add more collage on here. And these are little tuck spots in here. So we got some tuck spots there. And then once again, we do have the center as a really big pocket. And you flip it around all over again. Pocket there, and then that too. But today I'm going to be just using a plain envelopes and paper, kind of like this one. See, I have a plain one sitting here too. So if you're going to work alone, you're going to need 2 envelopes. You're going to need some paper for the notepad. You're going to need a small strip of paper and glue. And whatever you're going to decide to use for the closure, I'm going to go ahead and I'll do a closure for mine too, so that you guys can see that. I'm actually going to use different envelopes today too. I'm going to use these. These have a flat edge. I'm okay with that. Kind of like how that's probably going to look. Everybody ready? Are we ready? Yes? Shannon, Sarah, you guys are going to be working along? That way I know who to ask to keep up with, you know? Okay, Shannon. Alright, so we're going to start off with our flaps pointing down, okay? Oh, Sarah, yikes. I'm sorry. I forgot to grab fabric. My bad. Okay. That'll be a quick fabric. Alright. So you're going to want your fabric almost the length of your envelopes. I do mine a little bit shorter so that they don't come poking out after everything's glued together. You can use any color that you want. It won't be visible. I suggest about an inch. About. Okay. So once again, flaps on the outside. We're not going to put any glue on the flap side. We're working with the side that we would normally like put an address and a stamp. Okay? That's the side that you're going to be gluing together. Where's my glue? There's my glue. Oh, wow. Oh, I hope it heals quickly, Sarah. Alright, so honestly, it doesn't even matter how close they are right now. So just put down some glue. I probably went a little bit too far, but it's okay. And we're not going to glue down the envelopes yet, okay? We're just gluing this fabric down for our hinge. And this is what our little notebook is going to be sewn onto as well. I went a little bit cray-cray with the glue, but it's okay, it'll dry, so it won't matter. And I actually want to cut this a little bit shorter. Okay. Oh, that stinks, Sarah. What's wrong with it? You can't figure it out on your own? Okay, so now once I have one side, I'll flip it over. I'll add my glue to the fabric. Just easier in my head to work this way, to get the fabric on this way. And you're going to want to leave a very small space, right, between the envelope. Like fingernail width or so space. But we will be using a needle here, right? And we're gonna let this glue dry, and I need paper. Let me get paper. How many sheets of paper in here you're gonna want? Like, it's totally up to you. And of course, if you want to use decorative paper, a kit, you could do that too. I just tend to go to my coffee dyed paper because that's what I have on hand. And you're gonna want to cut it to be the width of your envelope, right? But a little bit tight, like a little bit smaller. You're going to want to leave just a small gap on either side. I have coffee from coffee dyeing. So I just come here and kind of like give it a rough measurement. That's it. Make a mark and then I'll cut it. I moved my paper cutter to be in a little bit of a safer space and had to get up and get it. Now, if you use a bigger envelope, the likeliness of a full 8.5 by 11 piece of paper will not fit around it completely, so you're going to have a little bit of space, right? So for this one, how I fixed that was I made some into Franken paper. On this one, I fixed it by adding lace. So there are different ways that you can ensure that your paper does fit nicely around the envelopes. I'm going to take one and do that. Let me see what that's looking like. See, it's going to cut off that much. So what I think I'm going to do is fold it off-centered again. I tend to like that look, so that they'll be longer and shorter on different sides. I'm actually going to add some thinner strips in there too, because why not? I like what my projects have. Different lengths and widths of paper. I feel like it gives it a little something. 1, 2. I'm only going to do 3 of these though. And then what I'll do, I'll alternate them. So when I'm stacking them together, I'll put them like this, right? So that one side doesn't have too many short pages and one side doesn't have too many long pages. I'm going to add one of these in. And those are longer. I'll probably trim those, but it'll be okay. So, and what we're going to be doing is, it's going to be wrapped around our envelope like that, right? So I'm going to get my papers exactly how I want them. I'm going to kind of straighten them up a little bit, just a little. Hi, Susie. Thank you for the gift. Have you been busy with work? What's been going on, lady? Hi, Danielle. Alright, so I get my paper where I want it to be, lined up. I put my flaps down on top of it. And then I'm going to grab either paper clips or something to hold it in place. Yeah, work, friends, wedding, grandbabies, birthday. Whew. Well, I'm glad you're living a life, lady. Okay, so everything's in place. So we're gonna go here, and we're pretty much sewing in a signature. Okay, that's what we're doing here. That's how we get our notebook to stay in here. I'm gonna use my awl just because It's a little bit easier. When I'm doing a signature, I tend to keep it kind of folded like this, because then you get your papers a bit more even. And I'm going to do 2 holes on this one, so I'm just going to go about 1 inch from the top, 1 inch from the bottom. That's where I'm going to poke my holes. Okay. And then you're going to get your needle and thread, if you want needle and thread. I'm about to use, actually, I'm going to use wax cord for this one. Why not? And I think my holes are big enough for me to just... Nope, it's not going to be. Alright, so I'm going to need my needle. Just grab your needle and sew. Don't even know if that one's going to... I got to use my really big needle when I'm using my wax cord. Because that eye... Do I want to put the bow on the outside? No, I don't want to put the bow on the outside. So, you just come in with the needle and the thread. Poke them through those pre-made holes. For this, you really don't need the pre-made holes. A needle will easily go through it. Unless you have like 15 pages, then you may want to, you know, pre-poke the holes. But yeah, for something with, you know, just maybe 8 pages, a needle will typically just go through that. Do I want to do it a second time? Let's see. Can I get it? We'll do 2. Why not? Let's have fun. Don't get it stuck. I can take that off now. And when you're sewing, make sure you leave yourself a little tail, right? Because we got to make a knot. We got to sew it together. Knot it together, tie it together. Okay. Well, my hands are not cooperating right now. What's going on with that? And bring that through there too. Okay, and so when I'm tying off my knot, I like to bring my ends kind of like that, okay? Up and down first, or in this way, sideways. And then I'll cross it like that. And then I'll get some tweezers and I'll bring one of them under. That way, when you're tying, you see, there's 2 strings there. We're going to tie that together. Let me go on the other side, make sure it's tight enough. And you just tie yourself a knot. The envelopes will be glued together on the inside, so don't leave yourself a long cord because this is not going to be visible. Alright, so what we're looking at right now, 2 envelopes hinged together with a piece of fabric and some paper wrapping it as a notepad. Alright, so now we need to glue the envelopes together. Do not glue the top of the envelope because we're making it into a pocket. I mean, you could if you want. If you don't want the big pocket, that's fine. You can glue it all together, but we're keeping this a pocket. So we're only going to glue the bottom and the 2 sides. You got it, Shannon? I'm going to be generous with my glue. I'm also going to glue a little bit here just to like strengthen that knot. You glued before stitching? Mm-hmm. That sounds about right. And then you just fold it up on each other, right? Before it gets too sticky and you can't move it again. Line up those envelopes. Make sure they're, you know, lined up. I'm going to go ahead and put some pins on it. Not pins. You know what these things are called. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hi, Monica. But let me close this to do this. That way it's a little bit easier. Because what I'll do is I'll come in here and pin that one too. I really want to make sure those edges are nice and glued down to each other. Clips. Thank you, Wendy. Here too, right? Get a clip that down. Want to make sure that we got good adherence. Don't want no envelopes to be falling apart. So, I started uploading the live from Saturday, but it's just too long, so I didn't upload all of it. This, honestly, we're just about done. All I have to do is put the closure. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this video to YouTube and share it. And whoever's interested, we're going to be making this, and it's going to be a subscriber only swap. So once I get the tutorial uploaded, then I'll, you know, put out a message for it. So I'm going to just let this dry for a minute or two. Is everybody having a good day? Everybody having a good day? I worked on the envelopes for subscriber mail this month. This is what we're looking at. Here's the envelope that's going to be going out. And in the back. Also, to get the subscriber mail, you have to be subscribed to TikTok and to Coffee, right? So if you subscribe only to TikTok, you're not going to get the subscriber happy mail. You're not going to get access to the prints. You did it with 4 envelopes. What, Wendy? What? Thank you, Danielle. Love you some free ephemera. Yep, that's, you know, that's why I do it. I want to, you know, make sure that you guys are getting your money's worth. Okay, Wendy. Sounds good. I can't wait to see what you did. Also, this tutorial is, I got this from Louisa Hensel, Junk Journal Art, over on YouTube. So, she's really, really fun to watch. That's where I got that from. So now, if you're going to sign up for the swap, decorate this. I want pockets filled. You know, put some tags and a little bit of ephemera in the pockets, please. Have fun. Get creative. Do the things. So there we are now. So for the closure, once again, you can do whatever type of closure that you want. Totally up to you. But I'm just going to do the same thing that I did for my other ones. We're going to punch some holes and tie some ribbon. And you see, right? Look, I did these with the triangle flap. Doing this one with the square flap, and I'm gonna let it be like this because why not? Louisa, she did hers with a square flap, and she decorated her entire envelope with printables. So she created that triangle flap. So you can do that as well if you want, but I kind of like the flat flap as well. So, oh, and you know what? I just had an idea. This might be fun. Hold up. Hold the front door, right? Since it is square, I'm going to do 2. Hold up. We're going to put a hole there. Oh, Terry, what did you do on my coffee? So, we're gonna, yeah, how about that? We're gonna do 2. Get creative, y'all, get creative. So, I'm not going to put eyelets in this right now. Because I do want to decorate this, and if I put eyelets, it's going to make decorating a little bit more difficult, so I'm not going to put eyelets right now, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and put some string because do I want to use the same color? Yeah, I'll use the same color. This is just wax cord that I got from, what was that place called? Michael's. Right. And depending on how you want your closure to be, that's going to depend on the length. Okay. So I'm going to go a little bit long on mine because I actually kind of want to do crisscross. Hello. So I'm going to do a lengthy cord. And I'm going to need 4. If you're only doing like a hole in the middle, you only need 2 or even 1. You can only, if you wanted to put just 1 hole and just wrap it around and tie it off, you could totally do that. If you want to do like I did with this one, we have an eyelet here and an eyelet there. You put a piece of string or ribbon here and here, and you tie it off at the bottom. Sorry. Thought someone was coming in my door. I was about to have a fit. One, two. Three. hope my envelope doesn't rip on me without having any eyelets in there. So I'm going to do this very, very loosely. Oh, I love a good slamming door, huh? That one, and then we're going to do the other side. Any questions about this? Any questions? Hi, Wanda. Give me 1 second, you guys. Alrighty, sorry about that. No questions? Alright. So, once I'm done tying this, I have to log off. I gotta get going. It's my turn with the kiddo. The boyfriend is going with his mom to drop her off at the airport. So, once again, this is a very, very quick. So, what I was thinking, right, tie it like that. Thought that would be interesting. And then once my eyelets are in there, it will be more stable. Also, once I decorate the envelope, it won't be so flimsy as well. This seems a little bit confusing, doesn't it? Oh well. It's gonna be okay. Sometimes being creative can be confusing. But I just thought doing a double string would be cool. All right, what the heck? Come on. You're welcome, Shannon. I'm glad I was able to come here and do this, because the tutorial the other day was super, super long and super, super early. So you know. Okay, so yeah, look, that's not gonna work. Crisscross is not gonna work. I can already see it. It's just, it ain't happening. As cool as the idea was, it just ain't gonna happen. Maybe I could do it like this though. Alright, that would be cool. It'll get tied. Alright, it'll get tied down when my envelope has more strength. Envelopes tend to be very, very thin, right? They're not meant to be turned into a journal technically. So, cover them up with extra paper, stickers, and it'll add more strength to it, and I'll have more like durability, and I won't be scared to rip it. That's my problem right now. I'm scared to rip this, and I don't want to. But there you go. Quick tutorial for you guys. Probably the fastest live I've ever done, ever in the history of my lives. Thank you all so much for being here. I have to get going. I have to be a mom. Finger hearts. I'm going to upload this as soon as TikTok lets me upload it. Thanks. Bye.